Hello everyone, and welcome back to King Note Gaming. I am kind of peeved right now. I recorded live audio for all of the parts of this video, and I was supposed to do, just a Let's Play style kind of video this time on my Forever Island of Fugue, but guess who had his mic settings wrong for the whole time, and now I have to completely replace the audio, and I feel like an idiot, so I didn't even check. I recorded this over a few sessions, over a few days, and it's like almost 5 hours, 40 minutes of footage. So good job, me. Anyway, I guess I'll just go over what I did, or what I'm going to do in this video, and what my plans are for Fugue. So first of all, this is the second theme I've done on this island. The first theme was a Zen town, like Japanese-style town, which I did 10 months ago, which is kind of crazy that I've already had a theme. I've already been working on this theme for like 10 months, but obviously this island isn't my main focus decorating-wise. This is like my gameplay island. So, yeah. I'm just cleaning up Fugue, checking on my villagers. Like Rolf, for example, my favorite villager. Howdy, howdy, was hoping I'd see you. What do you say we set across the sea to find undiscovered islands? Of course, I'd be captain, but you'd be my first mate, Kellen. You do know how to sail, right? In video games, I know how to sail. I don't think... I've been on boats, but obviously I've never sailed myself. And yeah, you can see how much of a problem the flowers are on this island. And that's priority number one, is move and get rid of as many flowers as I can today. Also, yeah, I was showing off that this is like the GameCube style plaza, because that's the theme of my island right now, is based on the GameCube game. The map is actually based on the map of my actual GameCube town right now, which I'm terrified to visit because I haven't looked at it in a while, and I might make a video on it at some point again, because I love the original game. But yeah, I was just showing off that I have gyroids in front, because in the first game, every house had a gyroid in front of it, and you had to use the gyroid to save. You couldn't just press a button and save and quit. My other goal is to decorate my little park area, which is on the center of the map. I'm going to go over my map screen in a second. So here's my map currently. I have 4 player characters, which is myself and 3 of my other characters. And then, of course, my villagers are my all-time favorite villagers. So, let me pop up my plan for the map. So, as you can see, I have written out where I want everything to go. So, up in the top right-hand corner, I have the dump, which is a part of the GameCube game. There was just a section... It's kind of like the recycle box in Resident Services, but it was a little place on your map. So that's the dump. And then the post office is right next to it, which is a finished build on my island already. The area around the dump that has a bunch of open space, I want to make a little flea market. So, place for people to buy items. I think it looks super cute. It's also kind of a nod to retail on New Leaf, where you could sell items to your villagers by putting them up for sale. Also, now that I think of it, like City Folk as well, because there was an auction house in the city where you can put up items to sell. So, I want an homage to that. And then in the very center, which is what I want to work on today, is the park. So that's my main goal, is to finish that little park area, which won't take very long. And then I have the police station built already. I have the gardens built already. However, I want to make a section with every single flower type on it. I already have all of them, but I kind of just want to breed a few of them, and that's going to be kind of the odyssey of this video, is getting all the flower types. Obviously, I already have a bunch of blue flowers. That's the main flower type I have on this island. So, purple and blue will be easy enough, but I do need to get green mums. And I need to get a few of the other ones, so we'll go over that when we get to it. Then I want the little welcome area to be like a tourist welcome area. There's like little brochures and just cut out standees, something simple like that. And I want to put out all of my creature models. My goal on this island, since it's my forever island, is to get all of the creature models. So I'll be working on that as well. I won't work on any of the areas with the park, but yeah, that's another thing I'll be looking for. I'm also in November right now because I don't have all of the mush recipes and I really want more of them, especially the mush lamp. So here's hoping we can get that. But yeah, there's my plan for the island in the future, and I think I'm going to set it in the fall because my first dream address was in the summer, so I kind of want to have, a dream address of all 4 of the seasons, and I think that'd be pretty fun. And now at this point of the video, I'm mainly just dealing with the flower problem on this island. I do a lot of time traveling just because I order items for my other islands on this island a lot because obviously it's my forever island, it has the biggest catalog. So this is what happens. I get so many flowers everywhere. And that's the majority of what I do for the first half of this video. So let's move along to something more interesting, because I didn't have any live commentary, because again, I selected the wrong mic for the entire time that I was recording this video, which is so fun. I do a little bit of changes build-wise. We're about to get to that part, but yeah, it is. I just want to exemplify how many flowers there are everywhere. I also decided to save like the hybrids on the beach just in case. Even if I don't use them on this island, I might use them on another island someday, who knows. And I can always store them on Tokata. Also, I'm always going to keep those little guys on my beach because they are just adorable and I love them. And then at this point, I decided that I wanted a third bridge in my neighborhood build. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner, to be honest, because there's perfect room for it. And it's been kind of bothering me that there's only 2 bridges over there, so that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing. And here I am over at the area where I want to put the bridge. As you can see, there are two houses in the middle that don't have a bridge, and I think it looks ridiculous. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner, but I'm going to add in some extra stone path so it's even on each side. I technically should just tear away some of it, but honestly, meh. And then I'll put the bridge down here. And there we go. That's going to look so much better, and it will look much better than the two bridges. And I feel like I originally planned for 3 bridges, but never did it for whatever reason. It's been a long time since I've actively played on this island. Obviously, since I just finished 2 dream addresses on other islands. But yeah, that's exciting. It'll look much nicer now. And now, I decided to go over to my trading island Tokata because I really needed to craft some more items for this island, specifically garden benches for the park and some fountains. So here's me going over there. And here I am realizing I didn't put stuff in my storage, but whatever. I put out a whole bunch of materials for myself because I put most of my stuff on this island of Tokata. And I made a whole bunch of items like fountains and garden benches. I'm going to go over to the flyover, which you can see the park in the flyover, which I thought was kind of neat. I didn't show me putting down that path, but you can see I put down some path up there. I don't know where that was in the footage, and it's not really that relevant anyway. But yeah, the flyover is looking pretty nice. And here I am starting to decorate the park section. I do it in little bursts. Normally when I do builds on my Forever Island, I don't really like to build in the same area like consistently all at once, like speed builds require. It kind of drives me crazy because if I'm going to be doing an island like off camera completely, I would not build it in the same way that I do as on this channel, because I just like to go all over the place when I build. I don't like to build one section at a time. My brain doesn't work that way. So this is a little bit of a look into how I build just casually. And I'm not going to speed up the footage as much because this isn't a speed build. This is just me going about my day on Fugue. And putting out all of these benches. The cool thing about this little park area is there's a lot of spaces to sit, so I see a lot of my villagers hanging out over here, which is super nice, because obviously as my Forever Island, I want it to have a lot of places for my villagers to hang out. And then I go over here because I need to order some street lamps, because I need more of those. I also don't really have a lot of Nook Miles either, so I'm gonna probably like do stuff to try and get some more Nook Miles, because as you can see I am running pretty low for Forever Island. And costume change, hello. We're doing more stuff on the island, unsurprisingly. Here I have my flower field thus far. I have been breeding a lot of flowers outside of recording this, so you can see we're pretty good on flowers. I need quite a few more, but we will get those as we go. Also, look at that, there's a balloon. I'm also looking for balloons. Obviously, this is not November right now. I time traveled to the current day at this point. So, and there's a small cafe table. That's very nice. I don't know, I can't remember why I did that, but look, there's Jeremiah hanging out on the bench. There's Dottie hanging out on the bench. Very cute. Very good. I love Jeremiah so much. He is such a cutie. Ugh, I can't get over how cute he is. Truly. And Dottie is my favorite Peppy of all time. I love her so much. Anyway, here's the flower field of all of the flowers that I've been watering. Those two are hybrid yellows. And they don't seem to be doing much. I don't know why I'm watering the pink mum. I just need one pink mum, but here we go. As you can see, this is a mess, and this is how I usually play Animal Crossing. I'm not usually building one thing at a time. I'm generally speaking wandering all over the place, doing random things, time traveling a lot, trying to get specific items, because I personally don't use treasure islands. I am very happy they exist and have nothing against them, but I just personally don't use them. No moral reasons either. Just I don't want to rely on a service that may not exist forever. That's my only reason, truly. But yeah, lots of random tasks. Also, would you look at that, CJ's here today, and I am going to be getting any creature models I can while I'm here. So that includes Flick and CJ. And the good news about CJ is he's right next to my storage shed. So I'm gonna make a collectible of a great white shark, because I don't think I have that one yet, and I've been saving them in my storage for a while. So that's pretty good. We got some stuff going now. Please take my sharks in that teeny tiny bag. I feel like they have shrinking technology in this universe, because there's no way that a shark would fit into that, truly. And now at this point I realized I don't have enough space in my little flower patch over here for every color of flower, so I am going to be moving this tree over and then expanding the flower bed, because I want to fit all of them on there, and I honestly think it's a little bit too big in the end, but I'll adjust that at a later time, probably off camera, because truly it's not that interesting. I'm just making sure that I have enough room for all of the flowers. And now it is time to just rearrange all of the flowers, make the flower bed bigger, get enough space for all of the varieties of flowers, which I'm not completely happy with it right now, like, after this is over, but it did take quite a minute to do, because digging up flowers is annoying. But, you know, I want to have that little proof of, hey, I have all the flowers on my forever island. I just think it's fun. Also, the way that those flowers did me dirty right there. I put them down, I thought they would spawn in the right place, but no, I can't trust these flowers. They spawned one over where they should have, so I'm just digging holes now, because I'm like, no, I don't have patience for you guys. And I think all the footage for this was like 40 plus minutes. It takes way too long. I'm hoping that we don't have to dig up flowers in the next game, but I kind of doubt it. I feel like this is going to be something that stays in the series. Like crafting. I don't mind crafting to a certain degree, but also it is very annoying at a certain point. I don't know. I'm kind of like middling about crafting at this point. Also, you might be able to notice that I don't have red lilies. This becomes a problem later. And I time traveled a lot to try and get them. And it was very frustrating. And here I'm realizing that tulips have more than 6 varieties, so I have to put them on the other side. And vice versa. But yeah, this was just a whole annoying process. But hey, you know, if I want the flower field of my dreams, I've got to make it myself. Also, here's a quick little mini pattern I made just to clear up space, making some little paw prints. And the reason I'm getting those is because I don't want, you know, when it rains on your island and your flowers spread everywhere, which is, you know, the problem I was just dealing with earlier in the video. Yeah, I'm doing that to kind of separate the flowers off. I don't think I end up keeping that, but, you know, it's good to have that kind of a thing going on. And also, many shovels were broken during the making of this video, unsurprisingly. So yeah, the flower breeding is a big aspect of what I was doing during this video. So at the end of this, it'll show all of the flowers I had at this point in time. And now we're back to November, and I'm getting another creature model from CJ, this time the golden trout, so that's pretty awesome. I rearranged the flowers a bit more in my breeding field because I figured out which ones I needed in total, so that's good as well. And then the second that I decide to start building on the park again and giving up on balloon presents, also Dottie looks really cute on the bench there. Just wait a minute. I'm going to be putting out some street lamps, adding the last little finishing touches to the build here. It's not going to be super extravagant because this is my forever island. I want it to be playable because that's the main goal of this island, is to play the game. So yeah, I'm just gonna add like some basic street lamps, nothing too crazy, add some more bushes and whatever, and there's like plenty of space for villagers to walk around, which is my main goal for this anyway. And also places for villagers to sit, which I think is really fun as well. And then here, look, I'm going back to get some items, and then I finally get a balloon. I think it had been like 20 plus minutes for recording that I didn't get a balloon yet, and the mush lamp. The one I had been looking for the most. I'm still missing a few DIYs, but we'll go over that in the end. And then just a little speed build here of the rest of the park. I do time travel to have everything grown in, so don't worry about that. I also want to put another orange tree on the other side. Running around everywhere, trying to put things in places. I also wanted to include some more bamboo as well, because I like the bamboo, and I think it just looks cute, so I put one up front in a couple different places at the front of the park. And here I'm adding in the final street lamps, and the final little touches. And then I will check back in once we get to another part of it, but yeah, just adding in some more bamboo. I thought about putting those bug models there, but those two are like huge and they look kind of out of place, so I'll add them in another place. I put out some folding chairs too. I just think a little seating area is cute, and it's just a tiny park, so there's not like a lot of space to put things in general. And then I had some extra bushes to put around. And here I'm adding in the final little flowers. Thankfully, more blue roses spawned, and some purple windflowers and other things. So, on this island, it's not about making more flowers necessarily for the island itself. And then I found Flick on another day while time traveling, so now I can get a scorpion model, which I'm excited for. I do want to do that Arizona-themed island at some point, and I will definitely need scorpion models for that, because, fun fact, scorpions are everywhere. Especially in the southern part of the state where I grew up, so I definitely need scorpions. And now I'm going to show you my seasonal DIY haul from my Groundhog Day in November. Obviously, Mush Lamp is very exciting. I was actually talking to my partner, like I went into the bedroom while he was chilling, and I'm like, I finally got the mush lamp! And he actually asked me, oh, what do you need to craft it? And I said, oh, I'm pretty sure it's just a skinny mushroom and some clay. So obviously I played this game way too much. Anyway, here are all the ones that I have. A pretty decent haul in the fall, which honestly I should have more because I started this island in October. But what can you do? I also really like the Turkey Day stuff. I've slept on it so much. But obviously I used it a bit on my island of Lacrimosa, so I really need to use the Turkey Day stuff more, especially since there's spring variations, and I didn't even know that. So, hey, a win is a win. And that's it for this video. It's kind of long, but I wanted to do a longer style, just me playing on my Forever Island kind of video. I hope you enjoyed watching my chaotic process of playing the game normally, because truly, I don't always just do speed builds, which is mostly what I post here. So I hope you're excited for what I have coming next. In August, I am making that 30-day island challenge. I mean, I've already finished the island, so I hope you're excited for that. It's going to be dog and wolf themed, so yeah. It will be posting in August, so I hope you're excited for daily videos in August. I have a lot more coming, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye!